Hey parents, so yesterday we talked about getting a core interest as being the first part of figuring out what it is that your son or daughter wants to do with their life. The second part is an ability, and this is a bit more complicated because on the interest side, you can either like something or dislike something. That is, you get a choice there. As far as an ability is concerned, an ability has to meet four different criteria. It's a verb, obviously. It's something that you can do. That's the first criteria. You need to be able to do it. And what's the definition of that? To be able to do it, meaning that you need to be good enough at it that someone would pay you to do it. Okay, so that's being good enough at it. Number two, you got to want to do it. You got to like to do it, right? Number three, you got to want to do it for other people. That is the form of a job. If you only do it for yourself, you really can't get paid for doing that. And then number four is you got to be able to want to master it. In other words, get better at it over time. It's always a good idea if you can get better at it. Like say musicians will say, I never master my instrument. I just simply try to get better at it every day. And that's the kind of opportunity you have to take. So how do you figure out what is your ability or what your abilities are? And that's very tough to self-diagnose because if I were to give you a question, A plus B equals, and someone answered C and they were right, great, they move on. If someone else answered, I don't know, they would say, well, that first person had an ability to do that problem. I don't have that ability to do that problem. The first person might say, that was easy. Everybody should be able to do that problem. The problem with that ability is for that first person is that it's second knowledge to them. They already know what they're doing. I mean, it's like they saw the problem, they knew the answer, they moved on. And so when we look at abilities, we think of abilities as things that are hard, when in fact, in most cases, they're actually easy. So it helps for us to ask other people what it is that they think our abilities are, but not straight out necessarily. A good idea is to ask another person, for instance, what would you depend on me to do for you? Or what would you pay me to do for you? Knowing that you have confidence in whatever ability that you are asking me to do. Because when you do that, then you get, okay, now you got some feedback. Because now you'll get some answers. Maybe you like to do the thing that they want you to do, or maybe you don't like the thing that they want you to do. So this gets you a chance to narrow down. What is the verb? Is it to write? Is it to build? Is it to construct? Is it to design? Whatever this thing is, figure out what that is, and then figure out how many of them you might have. Things that you want to do, things that you can do, things that you want to master, and things that you can do for other people. And once you have a verb that meets all four of those criteria, then you have a good idea perhaps how you want to affect an industry, what you want to do, physically do, that gives value to your life in giving it to someone else because of what you can do for them. So that's step number two. Step number three coming up tomorrow.